Hello out there. As is tradition, we make a video on the day of a book launch, as we did in 2012, 2014, 2018. And this is a different one, if I do say so myself. It's actually September 6th, which is the day after. But I think I have a good excuse. As you can see back there through this amazing railing, I reached the tail end of my first ever trip abroad. And I am in southern Italy, in my father's hometown of Polignano, Mare. And the Book of Legend, which is probably backwards on this screen, or maybe not, is alive and well. I had this prayer at the end of July that seemed completely impossible. This is my 33rd birthday, my Jesus year. And some weeks before, or months before even, my partner and I were talking about where to go. Should we go west? Should we go to Santa Fe? Should we go to Italy? And so many circumstances contributed to knowing that I needed to finish this, and knowing that it was part of this the whole time. My last book, Wild Light, came out in 2018. In the spring equinox, I gave the first book to the fire, literally burned it to ash. And since then, this journey has unfolded that's involved Italian shamanism, doing the pizzica tarantata, it's incredible healing ritual. And what I said yes to when I released Wild Light, making this pilgrimage to Santa Fe in the desert, as the alchemist did, and saying yes to whatever is going to unfold. And over time, these, incredible highs and depths of the lows, this legend is formed. And this book is different than all the other books that I've put out, because I feel like it's a crystallization, finally, of what I believe and what I feel like saved me, which is what's tattooed on my arm. And also the talisman on the cover of the book, a la The Never-Ending Story. Thank you, Noor, for making this real. Thank you to my sister April for literally tracing my tattoo. This is what saved my life, which I originally learned from Joseph Campbell, to convert life into legend. That's what this book is about. Finding a different way, carving a different way, healing the lineage. And being in Italy, it's like my inner world reflected outwardly. It's just poetry and message and symbol and life everywhere. And this journey since last Sunday, we flew into Rome. And we've been driving. We've gone to cityscapes like Rome, and then tiny cities, literally walked a barefoot trail to a rock where the Madonna sat, to sanctuaries, countless, meeting these incredible people, being really, really, truly pushed to my edges, scaling steps, cobblestones, going to the sea, eating amazing food. It hasn't just been a vacation, though. It's pushed me really hard out of my comfort zones. And that's what the legend is about. Shortly, I'm going to meet my uncle's cousin and be shown where my father was born, the cemetery where my grandfather is buried, Polignano Beach. House where I used to live. There's something about this homecoming, and it's about the book, and it's its own separate thing. Life really is whatever you put into it, and whatever you dream, whatever you fight for yourself. I do realize that the book of legend is me at every moment, my choices. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the prayer that I made at the end of July was to somehow finish this book at breakneck speed and come here and stand on this land and heal the lineage and be here and fight my exceptional fears of taking an airplane. I just never thought I would see this, and last night, running down to the beach, putting my feet in the water and standing and looking up at the cliffs and the buildings, and wandering with my partner through this incredible, magical, ivory town. I just never thought I'd see this. You give yourself the chance. Any chance and every chance. But only you can. And that prayer seemed so impossible to me when I made it. How am I going to finish a book in that amount of time? How is this trip to Italy going to gel? It's been so difficult. It's been difficult on the trip too. The way that you're met with yourself. Your expectations. I had this moment in Positano, this incredibly beautiful town in the cliff. I'm just wow, it doesn't matter where I go. You can't run from yourself. I'm always the same person. And it flattened me. But that's also what this book is about. Accepting what makes us who we are and deciding how we can evolve it. We can work with it. We can go inward to go outward. Everything in this book is real and happened to me. And it's personal essay, but also this myth that became part of my world, that gave me a reason to stay, that gave me a reason to be here in this moment right now. We give ourselves everything, or we rob ourselves of everything. And it's always your choice. And I'm excited and terrified for what this means. Pushing the edges of my map so far, going so far beyond the edges of myself. What does it mean? Where do we go? The book of legend is completed, but it's just the beginning. It's about undoing the patterning. It's about undoing the destructive impulses, the things that people tell us that we are. For me, a diagnosis of mental illness. And just this pattern of destroying what I had and what I could have. It's about creative recontextualization and reframing. And how and what it means to do that. For me, it was through story. It was through spirit. And was letting imagination and heart and trust lead. And these stories came in ways that I feel like haven't come since I was a kid, since I always used to write stories and imagine things. How to live your legend. Prayer to see and be seen. I do not come to make a map for you, to plot the course for you. You and only you alone can do this. My guides will not be your guides, my legend will not be your legend, but it is my hope in sharing where I've been, what I've been through, that a potentiality for yours will burst open or begin to blossom. If it is a choice between having solely the options you are being presented with and alternatively the options that you and only you can write, create, and describe, what do you wish for? Power stripped or power reclaimed? Darkness traversed or darkness feared? A broken mind that needs to be fixed, or a teeming landscape of lesson and legend that you can bravely quest and explore? This is not for the faint of heart. This is not easy. This is not clean. This is not without struggle, without blood, without nearing the edges of existence, the edges of death. But in my heart and in my opinion, if we all heave a last breath anyway, in either way, why not fill your living lungs with the breath of adventure and leave a story behind along the way? Why not begin a quest to exalt and reclaim and rediscover the most wonderful and worthy hero there is? Yourself. These are moments I'll be grateful for forever. This trip has been a legend in itself. And yeah, I just got out of bed, teeth unbrushed, face unwashed, glasses, hair unbrushed, definitely. But here we are. Thank you for your support of my work and your interest, and everywhere this book will go. It's ivory. It matches the city where it came from. And it's strange because there is one part in the book where I know I'm going. In the distance, it's there we must go to pray and remember. It's there we will understand the mystery of this cosmos we have been given. The blooming of the world our blood has been entrusted to create. Create this world. Let yourself have this world. Be this world. You never know where you'll end up. Un abbraccio.